Hi, Gina. I'm Nicole, as you know. So this is my first term at UNSW, and I feel super fortunate to be able to take this class first before, I continue on with the rest of my program here. I feel like this class has really enabled me to have a better understanding on how to approach some of the challenges I may face throughout the next 2 years, both in my personal and professional life. Um, I've never been much of a deep thinker. My life is so hectic and all over the place, which I love. But because of that, I feel like I haven't, considered taking the time to sit down and really reflect and analyze myself and the world around me. And I feel as though this course has shown me how important it is to do that so I'm better prepared for the future. In this course, I learned that proper communication and emotional intelligence is key to getting the most out of yourself in order to succeed. Without in-depth understanding on how I should communicate with those around me, and as well as becoming aware of my personal limits and capabilities, I feel like I'd be unintentionally holding myself back from being the best version of myself. So according to the reading on managing yourself, thriving in the gig economy, it talks about getting out of, the systematic constraints of the average working place, for one to be able to, live at a personal level that is truly authentic to themselves. I think this whole approach to how we go about our professional lives is something I would want to work towards. But with that, right now, I'm only 23 and I feel as though I have a lot to learn. And I feel like I can get a lot of that learning from, the rigid system of the normal work environment. So I feel like this will help me develop into the independent business person that I know I will eventually become. The concepts discussed throughout this course were not difficult to understand, but more so were concepts that I never took the time to think about and realize how important they are to going about who I'm going to be as a business professional, and how becoming aware of these concepts could put me ahead compared to some of my peers who don't. And I think of the number of times I've been in situations where those around me have been emotionally or socially, unaware of their emotions or how they're acting, and how that's really impacted some of their relationships. I know for me personally, looking in the mirror and truly understanding like who I am and why I do things and what I'm good or bad at has given me more confidence in approaching challenges. If there's something I'm not good at, I've learned that it's okay to ask for help and to own my flaws instead of trying to put on a front like I have everything figured out. I think being comfortable with myself and learning about that is, good for your mental health and allows you to handle your emotions appropriately. Communication was another big topic. We talked about how our physical actions, verbal responses have meaning, how we look, how we dress, every action we do or don't do, conveys something. Typically people focus on words and not so much on the language, on the tone of how they say things. This can lead to misunderstanding and miscommunication. And it's important to relay exactly what you're trying to convey and be sure how you say things is clear, especially when I'm working with my peers and colleagues, because I want to be sure that I'm getting my message across. Also, I think being aware of, the appropriate way to, communicate, especially via text or email with your bosses, is super important. Not having appropriate communication skills can have a negative impact on the way professionals may view you. And this could hinder your chances, to potentially move up. My dad always says, you shouldn't judge first impressions, but they are first impressions. And, and first impressions can sometimes be hard to shake. So making sure that, you're effectively communicating in an appropriate way, is going to be something super crucial for all of us going into the business world. Again, Gina, I really appreciate this class. I feel like I got a lot more out of it than I originally thought I was going to in the beginning of the term. So I really do appreciate it, and I hope all the best for you.